Football League season. 92,035 in attendance, and most of them supporting the hometown Raiders are already looking to next Sunday in a Raider-Buffalo rematch. Remember, they played earlier in the year. The Raiders led by 10 points in the fourth quarter when the Bills pulled one of their many fourth quarter comebacks, scored 24 unanswered points in the fourth quarter to win at 38-24.
That would be a great matchup, and I'd have to assume that'll be the matchup. The only problem with the Raiders is they just don't get on the scoreboard enough. They execute well. The design of what they do is good. Their players play beautifully, but they just don't get on a scoreboard, and that would worry me with them going in against the Bills, because the Bills are really scoring.
Meanwhile, the Bengals' very slim hopes come down to 2 minutes, second down and 10, and if Schrader does no more than just protect the ball, he can almost consume the necessary time with that 45-second rule.
Now's the time to go for the ball. That's all. The only hope there is. Somehow wrench the ball away.
Steve Smith. And the big guy from Penn State just embracing, hovering around that football, brought down by Fulcher. And the clock ticks away.
Well, Sam Weiss brought this team in with their foot to the floor. I mean, they had the throttle all the way down, and they had an excellent game plan. They played their hearts out. They've had a fine year, and to come in here with all those disadvantages and problems that have cropped up, this guy has done a masterful job with his team, as has Boomer and the entire team. They've got nothing really to be ashamed of.
We hope you'll stay with us. We'll have a final wrap-up of this playoff Sunday. Tim Krumrie wearing the wounds of this difficult play. O.J. Simpson is endeavoring to locate Bo Jackson. We'll get a word from him prior to the Raiders going back in the locker room. And the Raiders use a timeout at the 1:12 mark. The play clock is at 25 seconds. It's an interesting timeout. I would guess that Schrader just wants to be certain no mistake is made on this play call, that he's going to get it firsthand from Art Shell, the youngest head coach in the National Football League, and his young coordinator you see on the left, Terry Robisky. We will indeed have a chance to wrap up today's play with Bob Costas and company on NFL Live. There's one of the young Raider fans, perhaps a son of one of the Raider players.
He's with Bo Jackson. That could be
one of Bo's sons. There is number 34, whose love for children is quite apparent. Those of you who have read his book, doesn't really have a relationship, or didn't, with his father. He wants most of all, when you talk about all of his athletic prowess, what he always brings forth first in conversation is his desire, ultimately, most importantly, to be a good father. Those are, we understand, both of Bo's young children, and you can't see in the periphery, but there are 50 agents waiting to sign them up. So with 1:12 to go, it's Marcus. Ooh, slips at the 8-yard line. That'll be shy of the first down, third down. The clock runs to the 1-minute mark.
Oh, are we going to get a field goal? They'll let it run down. They can kick it and put it away. The only problem, of course, with a field goal is the block.
The clock, game clock at 47:25 on the play clock, so that's a 22-second difference, so they'll let it run down to the 22-second mark. And the Bengals, Sam Weiss, wondering, as we are, if indeed Archell will flirt with possible disaster on a field goal block.
The Raiders this year, about the second half of the year, have really found a way to take advantage of all of that talent, from Tim Brown to Ethan Horton, Willie Galt, Hernandez, the entire group, Steve Smith, all the talented players they're taking full advantage of now. What an array of talent.
Raiders call a timeout that gives us the opportunity to announce Ronald McDonald Children's Charities Player of the Game, Marcus Allen of the Los Angeles Raiders. McDonald's and NBC donate $5,000 on behalf of Allen and the LA Raiders to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities helps give kids a better tomorrow. Allen with 140 yards rushing. A big game player, as you see Art Shell and Mervyn Fernandez. And there is the man Marcus. Grew up near here. San Diego, was an outstanding high school quarterback down there, and then of course a Heisman Award winner. And now Jaeger will try the short field goal of 25 yards. They're going to be shuffling off to Buffalo. 20-10 Los Angeles. We'll have that for you. The Bills and the Raiders. Bills won in the regular season, although the Raiders had the lead and were driving for a possible tying touchdown late when Nate Odom stole the ball. Remember that pass on the sidelines to Willie Gault? Stole it and raced for a touchdown. And the Bills went off to a 34-24, 38-24 win. And again, we remind you at noon on the East Coast, 9 o'clock on the West Coast, it'll be NFL Live with their half-hour pregame, and then the kickoff at Rich Stadium, 12:30 in the East, 9:30 in the West.
You know, this AFC championship game is a true championship game. For the first time in a number of years, you'd have to say that both of these teams, the Raiders and the Bills, are top-flight, solid, complete football teams that don't win with finesse and don't depend on good fortune to win ball games. These are two of the, like the original AFC championship games between the Steelers and the Raiders, the Dolphins and the Raiders and Steelers. These kinds of games, it would be a great one.
Well, Garrett and Nicholas, the two sons of Bo Jackson, enjoying Pop's leisure time on this Sunday afternoon. Apparent injury, not serious, a hip injury that sidelined him the second half, but one would have to guess Bo Jackson will be ready to play against Buffalo on Sunday. And if not, the man who had full duty today, Marcus Allen, was absolutely outstanding. Jennings will run it out and hit down at the 12-yard line with 15 seconds to go. And for the fans in Cincinnati of the Bengals and Boomer and Sam White, a team that battled all year, they had that tough 5-game road trip. They started well, had some downtime, won their last 3 very impressively at home against Houston last week. White certainly is the creative man in the game, the innovator who always has something special, and one can.
And he's a great motivator, too, Jeff. He had this team ready. And this team was outgunned all the way. As we said before the broadcast, at virtually every position, the Raiders had them outgunned. And some of the Raider backups were superior players to the Bengals.
Incomplete on the sidelines to Tim McGee. 10 seconds to go. A reminder tonight on NBC and NBC News Special, America, Are We Ready for War? Then on Real Life, a real-life look at Michael J. Fox, from high school dropout to Hollywood. It's Real Life with Jane Pauley, and then a real-life mafia prince and a dangerous cult are the subjects examined on Exposé with Tom Brokaw. And NBC presents a world premiere miniseries, soon to become an NBC series, Dark Shadows. It stars Ben Cross, all tonight on NBC. Eric Ball gets the final call of the game. Final seconds, and congratulations to the L.A. Raiders. Sam Weiss's Bengals lose to Art Shell's Raiders 20-10. It'll be Buffalo and the Raiders with a chance for the Super Bowl. O.J.?
Yeah, I'm down here with Bo Jackson. Bo, you kind of hurt yourself today. You were running real well. Can you tell me the nature of the injury?
Minor. I will play next Sunday.
You think you'll be there next Sunday? You had an opportunity to watch yesterday's game. Have you ever had the occasion to play in that type of weather, and how do you think you'll do?
I played in it twice. Once against the Bills and once against the Giants. So I'm looking forward to it. It's always nice to go up there and play against those guys. We just got to go up and try to play some intense football and try to get a win. Doesn't matter how we do it. We just got to go up and try to win.
Is the injury a hip? Is it a pull, or do you have a hip pointer?
It's a slight hip pointer. So but it's really not that bad.
All right, Bo. Good luck to you. See you next week in Buffalo.
Boy, a couple of greats in that picture. Heisman Simpson, along with Bo Jackson, who says he'll be ready for Buffalo. Bob Costas on the other side of this commercial with a full Sunday football report.
Ladies and gentlemen, I wish my old partner was here tonight, because this used to be Our song. I have everything.
All my dreams come true.
Eddie.
You're my arms, cotton bomb, and a hope for two.
In the movies, happy endings are easy. But in the real world, they take solid planning. So for peace of mind, investment advice, even buying or selling your home, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
To unlock your body's potential, we proudly offer Soloflex. 24 old-fashioned iron-pumping exercises, each correct in form and balance. All on a simple machine that fits in the corner of your home. For a free brochure, call anytime.
With real cola taste, just 1 calorie, and 100% NutraSweet. Nothing says real refreshment quite like Diet Coke. Nothing.
Just for the taste of it, Diet Coke.
This is silly. It isn't like there's not enough room. He always has to drive.
Driving the Mazda Protege is so enjoyable, people don't think of it as a compact car.
Why do we go through this every time?
Maybe I drive too fast.
He drives so slow.
But while the Protege may have room for 5, unfortunately, there's only room for 1 driver.
Next time, we take 1 car. Yeah, ours.
The Mazda Protege.
Just feel inside.
The Los Angeles Raiders have earned the trip to the AFC Championship game in Buffalo, 20-10 over Cincinnati. And O.J. Simpson, of course, he has it in his contract. He only talks to Heisman winners. And with that in mind, he is with Marcus Allen.
Yeah, I'm down here with a guy that was back to his old Heisman form today. Marcus, how did you feel when you knew Bo was out of the game and looked like the weight was on your shoulders?
Well, I didn't feel any pressure, O.J. I think the golf crisis, that's pressure. This is something I've been doing for a long time, and it's unfortunate they got hurt. Hopefully he'll be back next week, but I just want to do the job.
Is this particularly gratifying after the tough time you had early in the year, all the speculation that you might get traded? Here we are in what amounts to nearly a championship game, and your team needed you, and you were able to go out and get 140 yards.
Well, no question about it, but to be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to get traded, and I just enjoyed the attention, so it's important that we won, and I'm happy for everybody here, the team, organization, the fans. This is a big game for us, O.J.
Now, you watched the Bills play yesterday. What's your assessment of that team and the weather? How do you think you're going to be able to fare in that type of weather?
Well, we're going to find some way to win. I think we had that character. We have the guys that are willing to lay it on the line, and I think it's important regardless of the conditions. They beat us last time, and they're a good team. They're an exceptional team, and we're going to have to play our best game.
When you say you're going to have to play your best game, you had a chance to play them last time. What was it they were able to do to stop you? You started off well, you had a little lead, and in the third quarter, fourth quarter, they took the game from you.
Well, they got the fans behind them, the momentum after a couple of special teams play. They really hurt us, and we learned a valuable lesson. We treated that game as a friend. We learned from it, and I think we're going to improve.
Well, good luck. Bring your long johns. I'll see you in Buffalo next week. Back to you, Dick.
Yeah, the Raiders' all-time rusher, Marcus Allen, the MVP of Super Bowl 18 against the Redskins. We go to Bob Costas in New York as we once again appreciate the elegance and the grace and the style of one of the game's classiest players, Marcus Allen. Bob?
Dick, thank you very much. According to Danny Sheridan of the USA Today, at this moment, Buffalo will be a 5.5-point favorite over the Raiders in the AFC Championship game. The 49ers a 7-point favorite over the Giants in the NFC. We're back to review the first meeting earlier this season between Buffalo and the Raiders after this.
A promotional fee has been paid to NBC by United Airlines. Come fly the friendly skies.
A haunted house mystery. They've seen it, heard it, and they'll convince you it's real.
You never believe anything like that until it happens to you.
See it to believe it on an all-new Unsolved Mysteries, NBC Wednesday.
Hi, I'm George Leon, owner of West Penn Billiard and Trophy Corporation. I personally guarantee you the lowest prices and the largest selection in the United States of pool tables.
Visit West Penn Billiard and Trophy Corporation's new superstore location at 3221 Babcock Boulevard in the North Hills. West Penn offers you the largest selection of pool tables, game tables, billiard supplies, and trophies. With over 100 models in stock, we dare you to beat our quality and prices.
If one of your New Year's resolutions is to save money, then the Miners and Mechanics Bank wants to help. Small weekly deposits will soon add up to a nice nest egg with added interest. Also, on a monthly basis, you can automatically transfer a specified amount from checking into savings at no cost. For larger savings plans, M&M offers a variety of certificates of deposit. And for those planning retirement, M&M offers several types of individual retirement accounts. Start the year off right. Open your savings account today at any office of the Miners and Mechanics Bank.
The WTOV9 Buyers Club card, giving you discounts at select locations throughout the tri-state area. Watch WTOV9 for more details.
Your Super Bowl station, WTOV9.
All right, the final piece of the conference championship picture now is in place. The Raiders, of course, go to Buffalo next Sunday with a Super Bowl spot at stake. The game will be a rematch of Week 5 when the then unbeaten Raiders lost at Rich Stadium outside Buffalo. L.A. led 24-14 at one point. It was 24-21 as we pick it up here, and Steve Tasker blocks this punt, and it winds up in the hands of James Williams, who runs it in for a touchdown. The game was put away when Nate Odom stole the ball from Willie Gault along the sideline. It caps a 24-point fourth quarter for a 38-24 win. The last 17 points all set up off of turnovers. The Raiders, of course, didn't have Bo Jackson at that point, so they lose in Week 5, 38-24, after having the 24-14 lead on Buffalo's home field. Will?
Bob, I think this is going to be the best AFC championship game since 1980. These are two quality teams, the best players since then on the field at the same time. That's when, you know, San Diego had the great team with Dan Fouts, and the Raiders went on that year to win the Super Bowl. This is a great matchup next Sunday.
Todd?
I think that the 235 yards that the Raiders rushed for today bodes well for their offense, particularly in a game which might be marred by the elements, and that's something that they're going to have going into Buffalo.
Bo Jackson characterized his injury as a mild hip pointer, assuming that's an accurate assessment. How difficult to play with?
Well, it's something that's very painful, something that sometimes you cough and it hurts. It's something that he's going to have to recover from, because I don't think in 6 days he's going to be well. He's got to come back from that and play through the pain.
And we're back to wrap things up right after.